to this. Okay, all right. So, greetings and welcome. The Healmobile offers this free energy healing tune-up space to tune up your listening to your body mind, to reinforce the power of your self-healing capacity using nature and holistic methods. That's why we're here. So I'm Dr. Niyama Muid, and I take the hand of Healmobiles, caregivers and leaders, to empower themselves and to relax their abilities by using what I call the work of art system. You're way beyond a work in progress. We're not talking about that. You're a work of art. And congratulations and thank you for being here. So, by the grace of spiritual connection, I am here because I am learning to save my own life, you know. And thank you if you all gave me permission silently to speak. I appreciate you because I didn't ask you, but I just heard it. So, I took care of my mother for 5 years. And I can only promise you that you'll experience ways to boost the molecular activity in your mind, your molecular creativity and resilience in your body using the tools that I want to share with you that are out there. You've heard of them, you've already mentioned tapping, but I also include the Reiki hand healing and I include aromas in that. Okay. So let's begin with a reverence for receiving the breath. We talk often about inhaling, but let's look at it like receiving and accepting breath, not just inhale. Okay. So I want you to just take a moment to receive like a gift you're surprised to get. You may close your eyes, and our agenda for tonight will follow soon. We're not going to be here maybe a full hour, it might be half hour, 40 minutes, 20. We just want to breathe in as deeply as we can, receiving the breath. Receive the energy of your deepest breath, and then let it out through your nose. Okay. We're not doing the cleansing breath right now. We're doing the regular in. And if you do have oils, those of you who came on later, I asked you to use your oils and just breathe in the oils that you had put in your hand, in your palm of your hand. Have that breathing into your system. Okay. And then when you exhale through your nose, you're exhaling thankfully through the nose. Okay. This is a transformational space for caregivers and overgivers. And all of you are overgivers. You're ready to move from the overwhelm, the overdoing, the giving, to a harmony space, a more balanced space. Dr. Africa taught us that there's really no such thing as balance. You're always trying to be balanced, but it's harmony, living with that which is, a little bit off kilter, just, working with it. So, what we're doing here is we want to help each other safely pivot, turn the corner, move forward, and move upward, all to transform what may feel a little bit like inner turbulence. Okay, so we're going to do this using a spire word, S-P-I-R-E. And we have words like aspiration, aspiring to be in a condition that's not present right now, that has the spire root in it. Then there's the word inspiration. And listen how you're inspiring, I submit, I assert, you're inspiring your genetic soldiers, your molecules, your molecular constituents that work together so well without any prodding from you, to be assertive and to continue inspiring well-being and light through your system. So you're using your intention to support systems that are already in play. That's the ground of being that this space is. Then, of course, there's words like perspiration. When it gets to be too much, you let it out. If you can think of any other spire words, you can do so now. You can share. You can share in the chat. You can call it out. We have a small group, a good size, perfect group. Okay. So what we're tuning up today is the first thing we're going to deal with. This is our agenda. Tuning up the items that need to be tuned up. We had our word for the day we already introduced. We'll be tapping for freedom on the Overground Railroad. This is what I call it. And then we'll be closing out with Kun Faya Kun tapping. Okay. So we're using the work of art concept. You're a work of art. ART stands for Aromas, Reiki Hand Healing, and Tapping. We're here to sense what's going on around us. Acknowledge the scent, the first eye view of what we're given. People call it the third eye. It's the first eye knowing, the presence of spirit, and much more. Okay. So if you have your oil and you've already used it, very good. Take one or two more breaths. I'm using a grass called Xiang Mao. I like saying it. I think that's how you pronounce it. Xiangmao. It's a grass from Korea. And it's called the grass of rapid enlightenment, in fact. I just love it. Really does lift the spirit. So anything you have that smells good, it could be a perfume, it could be something that's a tea. Make sure that you're imbibing that right in this moment, okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is look at this tune-up space and what is it that we really need to tune up as our vehicle? Is it an air filter, oil filter, quick wash, oil change, more gas? I want you to think about that right now for yourself. Have in your mind, what do I need to tune up? Now, if you do drive for a car tune-up, it could be anything that is a preventive maintenance service that you want to pay attention to, like, your wear and tear parts, your oil filter, your fuel filter, your oxygen sensor, your positive crankcase ventilation, your spark plug wires. You have to inspect your spark plugs, your cabin air filter, your brake inspection, transmission fluid change. So think for a moment, what in your life may be analogous to some of the things you get looked at when you go for a regular automobile tune-up? Anybody have anything?
Oil, tires,
Tires, yeah.
windshield wiper fluid.
True, true, true. Windshield wiper fluid. Okay, that's your eyes, right? That's that's an eye checkup right there. That's the eyes. Thank you. Now just real quick, the quick way to energize tired eyes is just to rub the hands together and then place them over the eyes and just rest for a moment. The heat from the hands will actually enter into and through the pupils and provide relaxation. And it's just a simple thing to do. Even an optometrist will tell you that this is true. Okay. So that's a simple thing. Nice and simple. Okay.
How long would you have to keep them up here?
Until you're ready to take them down. You want to get some relief, and then there's something that will say to you, okay, that's enough. And then you take your hands down. That's true actually for any part of the body that's hurting or that needs support. You could do that for any part of the body. Okay. I'm trying to do it with this ear. This ear, this ear, we got to work on. This ear has a higher level of receptivity, let's put it that way, than this ear. So we're working on, So we're thinking about the body mind and your body and your mind together as a unit. The two areas I've identified are tuning up the listening, as we say in the International Black Summit, blacksummit.org. And then we also say tuning up the body mind, which speaks to all the various units of the body and the mind that are really one. They keep saying to us that, you got three brains. You got a gut brain now. You had the heart brain that was discovered years ago. And then this thing that's in your head is your brain. And they're finding that the heart brain has the largest energetic frequency and the largest spatial continuity and ability to sense. And as you may already know, all of your body actually breathes in scent. There are parts of the body, like this is why you put perfume at certain points, because those points have this scent go all the way into the body. And then reciprocally, those points actually smell for you. So you don't only get the benefits of aromas in through your nose, is my point. And that's been shown by the latest science. Okay. I want to say here that I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a lifestyle change facilitator, holistic health consultant, and a person aspiring towards better health and willing to inspire you to better health and wellness and wholeness. And so that's that word spire again. However, if you're on medication or following a medical protocol for a health issue, please know this is just education and information, and you're welcome to sit and listen as a witness and learner, like the rest of us are doing. If you don't want to participate and just want to listen, that's fine. Okay. We're tuning up the listening means opening up our entire selves, not just the ears, to hearing what life is telling us. That's what we're doing when we say tuning up the listening. And the reason that's so important for self-healing caregiver leaders like yourself is because you actually already know what to do. You're serving some other person. You're serving people already. Even if you don't have a caregiving job per se in the moment, you're being told how to take better care of yourself in every moment. And often you're not allowing yourself to relax and stop and listen. That's why we have energy healing tune-ups, to let you just stop and pause on that road. I call it the overground railroad because there's another layer that affects our health. And that's the situation that has to do with structures that are designed to thwart, that are designed to keep back, that are designed and purposely intended to not have people who look a certain way thrive because of history. And so the Underground Railroad was a way of people escaping the physical condition of enslavement, chattel enslavement. The Overground Railroad is for people who know that they are free physically. And at the same time, they can do some more work. We can do some more work to release ourselves from oppressions that may not be physical, but they're in structures, they're embedded in structures. And we can see that now by how a lot of attention is being paid to dismantle structures designed to correct the imbalances of the past. So what we want to do is support each other in harmonizing ourselves. We're not running away. We're not hiding in attics or basements. This is the Overground Railroad. This is the Himmelbill stop on the way. My slides actually show this that I can't seem to get to right now, but that's all right. I'm just going to go over these two areas. And what I'm seeing is tuning up our listening. I would like to know if there are people who have questions about that. Are you hearing questions like Sharon's a facilitator in the International Black Summit conversation of transformation? So you have, Sharon, that appreciation for what tuning up your listening really speaks to. So if there's something you want to share about that, please, can you share, or do you see anything to say in the moment?
Okay, sure. For me, lately, my experience in participating with the summit and listening, we call it, I refer to it as authentic listening.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I find that I'm listening to what's in the space, and I have the ability to take it all and speak it in easy, understandable, point blank terms. Like they said 2 hours of stuff, and I can bring it down to one
Mm.
a statement, paragraph that's succinct. I'm discovering this gift of mine. Um, and I also find is what people aren't saying
Mhm.
or is listening for what is it that we have in common as opposed to it's so
Mm.
easy to get caught up on our differences. But even if we're different, we have certain things in common. Like we all have something in common here because we're on this program. We want something as a benefit out of learning and experiencing the tapping or the tune up. So if we focus on, I focus on those things, then it creates a better rapport. You say a
Mm.
harmony in the space than than the negative because it's like divide and conquer. If we're looking at what we have different,
Mhm.
then it's a divide and conquer energy, where
Yes.
the other one is a more harmonizing energy.
Mhm.
And I always grew up ever since I discovered Barack Obama in his senator's years. He always said you can disagree without being disagreeable.
Yes. Yes.
And that made a big impact because it leaves a whole lot of room for people to express themselves and feel heard. Because what was it, maybe Maya Angelou or something, and I was just thinking about this today, is that it's not what you do, it's like how people are left feeling that makes a difference.
Very good. So, oh, good, good, good. That brings me right to where I wanted to go. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Because I wanted to know if in the breathing you all saw someone, heard someone, or had an image come up. Okay. And in other words, I want you to breathe into your first eye. Let's go back to the breathing. We're breathing to the first eye. You know, it's a relaxation thing. I'm not asking you to cross your eyes and go up the top of your forehead. We're not talking about that. We're just really striving to see if something's coming up. And if it is, I want you to just look at it. Just take the time. Take the time to look at what your mind's eye is actually presencing for you in this moment. What may be there? Now, some of you may have nothing there. You're glad to just be in the space of vacancy and it's nothing. Others of you may have some to-do item on your list that comes up. And then another person might have a person or an individual who you know all of a sudden come to mind. And that is what I want you to think about. I want you to look at the fact that something has come up as you're focusing on your first eye. There is something there that has come up. Welcome, Deborah. And so we're focusing on our first eye and seeing if what has come up actually speaks to the energy we came into this session with. What do I mean? To be clearer, as you said, Sharon, to be clearer, when you came to this meeting, you may have had in your mind stuff from the morning that you're bringing with you. Maybe not. You may have, in this moment that you're breathing, and then, in other words, you're receiving breath, you're receiving oxygen that enables and assists the cells in doing their marvelous work, the trillions of processes that go on among the constituents of your body at the molecular level. You're receiving all that intentionally. And then your mind may give you the image of a face of a person. It may be that you want to have that person come to mind for a reason. your subconscious, unconscious is saying, yes, you are to remember that person. By another token, it could be that you're getting a scene, an image, a scenario. Yes, I remember when that happened. That has come to mind. Does that relate to my day? Is that an answer to or a replication of something I experienced today? And how did it affect my energy? What I'm having us do, my purpose is to have us be receivers of our intuition in such a way that we are open to it and we're allowing ourselves to just be with what has come up, what is being shown to us. Again, some of you might say, I don't have nothing. That's why I'm here, not to have nothing. Um, but the others of you may, oh, oh, that's right. I never did get back to that person, or I must do that thing. Okay, so let's have a little bit of sharing around that because I'd love to know. Um, if it were a big group, I would say those of you who um, were shown something that related to your energy early in the day, shake your head, nod your head, yes. And those of you who saw nothing at all, say no. Shake your head, no. So for the hundreds of people that may get this later, look at more closely what has come up in your mind just by the breathing. And after we do this, we'll do a physical exercise. Okay. So right now, anybody want to share what has come up for them in the tuning up to the first eye part of this process?
For me, when you first said it, I was still in the space of, oh yeah, I have a hour appointment and I haven't done it yet. An hour appointment that I use to just stay focused for 1 hour to achieve something that's going to move the needle forward. And that was present. And then as I was doing it now, it's just empty, just dark.
Hmm. Okay. So now you don't have anything, but you did put in the chat that you had an oregano oil.
I'm using oregano oil. When you said put the oil on your hands,
That's what you're using. That's like the hottest oil you could possibly use. It's not as hot as some other oils, but my goodness.
is it really?
Yes, it is really. It's a very prophylactic preventive oil, right?
It just happens to be right by me.
Did you have it on your food? Were you mixing it with your olive oil? I mean, what was you doing with the olive
Yeah,
oil?
I use it to mix with this drink that I do that helps me with managing blood pressure.
Excellent. So it was part of your system. It's part of your system. Your body didn't like say, "What, really?" You already had it there. Good, good, good. Hmm. And very cleansing. Might be antiseptic like the citrus oils. It cleanses the receptor cells so that the body can heal itself a little bit more quickly.
Mm.
So glad to see you, Deborah. We were just doing an exercise around, what our first eye brought up for us. If you like,
I see.
okay, you want to share?
I think I got on the call a little bit too late. I overslept, so I heard the instructions, but I didn't get the whole grasp of it.
Yeah. We were just breathing in and breathing out through the nose. Just breathing in, we're using the word spire, and we talked about the aspiration, and then we talked about the inspiration. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. But the point of it is to just see where we are and what part of our body needs tuning up. We talked about tuning up our listening and what that looks like in our lives, or authentically listening to our body minds so that spiritually we're more connected.
Mm.
Um, so we're just flowing. We're going through that flow right now. And I shared that my PA has a baby who's 6 weeks old. So she was supposed to be here to help with the slides and this and that and the other, blah, blah, blah. So she ain't here. So y'all don't get slides. um,
Yeah.
but it's nothing is lost because the purpose of the tune-up is we actually reviewed how cars, automobiles have certain things that are looked at for their preventive maintenance. And what are the parts of your body, your mind, your spirit, your world that actually need more tuning up so that there's more prevention, there's more empowerment, there's more, facilitation of life, right? Um, I wanted to know if any of you have anybody speaking to you as you do the breathing exercise. Is someone from the past speaking? Is someone from the present speaking? That was one of my questions that I wrote down. And if they are speaking, what do they want from you? What do they, what are they inspiring? What is the aspiration of the speaker? Is anybody having that kind of thought? Thinking of a child, thinking of a parent? Anybody coming up with anything like that? If not, it's okay too. I'm just wondering if that does exist for anyone in the space. I take that as a no. So we move on. It's lovely when, you ask questions and life answers you and you just keep it going. All right. Now, I'm asking the next level of questions as regards uh, inspiration, aspiration, and the word spire, the root word spire. Okay. Um, as we know, maybe it may not be apparent, but it is. It is true that the word spire is related to spirit. And the word spire by itself just means breath. So when we speak about aspirations or aspiring to be something or aspiring to go somewhere or to grow into some kind of level of achievement, we really are using our breath toward that thing, receiving the breath and aspiring higher, aspiring more for more expansion. Okay. And when it's internal, it's inspiration. We just get an idea like, what? Oh, and we find when we do it, things go more smoothly. And that's what I want us to share about if you're noticing that there's an inspiration that is coming in your breathing in the moment. Is anyone getting an inspiration?
I would say the inspiration that the I am I is in the in and out breath within me. So, like the I am I
Mm.
is I in I.
Mm. Like I, like the
Yeah,
Jamaican
I and
I.
I, the present,
Mm.
is in I and I, like the Jamaicans say, or the
You have a little bit of a reverb.
I noticed I'm checked in twice. I don't know how to
Okay, just want to know
uncheck.
if you were aware of it. It's okay. I can hear you though.
I don't know how to uncheck. I'm checked in
It's all right.
twice.
It's all right. We can hear you. And what you're saying actually speaks to the fact that I just realized, and I've started writing it as REAL dash EYES. Realize, realize. These are my real eyes. So I don't know about the word. I haven't studied the word realize to figure out what the IZE is, but I'm beginning to write it as real eyes, EYES, because this is part of authentic listening. The exercise we do in the summit has us really get information from listening a person through real eyes, what we observe and what we just receive by being in their presence, being in their aura. We don't talk about the aura, but right, Sharon? but we do get stuff in that exercise just from being with another person and answering questions about them that we couldn't have known correctly. And
Mhm.
so this is the tuning up of the listening that we want to enhance with the energy healing tune up. Okay. So now when we're breathing, Remember, there's like four parts to the breath. People talk about three. The upper body, the chest, the lungs, the belly, and for women, maybe men too, I haven't tested it with them, but you can actually feel it all the way down to the womb. You can feel
Mm.
your breath going all the way down. And so this time when we breathe, we're going to do 5 cleansing breaths to the lowest part of our body we can reach. Now, some people, when they try this, they actually have difficulty. You have a question, Sharon?
Yes. Are we breathing in and out through our nose or
Well,
in through the nose, out through the mouth?
that's what I'm getting ready to tell you. So
Okay, good.
before we were breathing in and out through the nose. What we were doing there was retaining the molecular constituents and supporting them in doing their work. Now, in the cleansing breath, we're actually breathing as deeply as we can and then exhaling with a big sigh to release anything untoward, toxicity, whatever is not supposed to be there comes out through the breath. Okay. And so that's what we're doing now. Okay. So we could breathe into the count of 4. We could hold it to the count of 7. And I'm not going to do like 1, 2, 3. We're not going to do that. We're just talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. And then holding it to the count of 7. And then releasing whatever's there to the count of 8 or more, you'll notice. And then having a space of no breath, which I call the space of perfection, and other people do too, which means you're getting yourself ready to breathe in 4 again. That's why you only need to do it like 4 or 5 times because it's very, very effective, especially for going to sleep at night. Very, very effective for relaxation, immediately. So this answers your question, Sharon, regarding, stuff that can change your condition from one moment to the next. If you're anxious, if the anxiety is high, if your shoulders are hunched up, if you notice that you're answering people with short, responses and what have you, you can actually breathe deeply to the belly or lower, hold it, then exhale with a big or a sigh. Count 4 more times or just let there be nothing and then breathe again in again. Okay. So I'm going to start.
And
And
so to distinguish, as you were saying, breathing in and breathing out, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth?
yes,
Okay.
you're breathing in through the nose and you're breathing out through the mouth. The only time we breathe in through the mouth is when we're doing fire breaths and we want to gain a higher level of energy. That's another yogic qigong type of practice. We're not doing any of that.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
yeah,
familiar with fire breath. But the
yeah,
thing that's not clear for me is now a lot of people saying the proper way to breathe is in and out through the nose.
yeah.
And
So
you said something distinguished that. What was it? I didn't quite understand.
well, because most of us going through we'll just take a moment to answer your question. Most of us going through our days, we breathe very shallow, very, very shallow. We don't breathe deeply enough to actually capture whatever's in our space that is healing for us, that is information for our mind body. Okay. We're not recognizing that that's what the breath really is. It's information for our mind body. It brings oxygen to our cells. And once we have oxygen in our cells, more oxygen means better health, period.
Mhm.
Period. With a T on the end, as the young people do. So that's really the point of breathing in deeply and then exhaling the toxicity so that, there's a stimulation that goes on. And at the same time, it's a completely different calming level because you're breathing very much deeper than just the lungs, just the upper chest. Most of us breathe like this, but babies breathe to their belly.
Mm.
And that's how I was taught by breathologist Io Handy Kendi, my teacher, my breath teacher. So we want to breathe into the count of 4. So let's just try it now. We're going to do 4, 7, 8, and then 4, then breathe in again. 4, 7, 8, 4. We'll do it several times, okay? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4. Now breathe in again. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4. Now breathe in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice how your tummy goes in. 2, 3, 4 of nothing. Now breathe in one last time. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And sigh out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing. Perfection. Now breathe naturally. It may seem weird, but it is called the 478. You can look it up online. It's a very helpful technique for going to sleep and calming oneself. The more you do it over time, the better and more effective it is. Okay? Much like tapping. So I hope that, you got some value from that. Now, let's raise an arm. I want you to raise just one arm. The arm you feel that's just easy enough to raise. Maria, are you ready? You're gone. We could still be in that space of the 478. That's fine. The reason I want you to raise your arm is because this is the wing energy that I'm cultivating in this moment. When I talk about Reiki and hand healing, I'm talking about wing energy. So this is also part of Qigong. Qigong has you, raise your arms and you're lifting in, you're breathing in, and then they have you lower your arms. And so, in front of you, it's almost like ballet. You raise your arms and you breathe in, and then you lower your arms. But what I wanted us to do was to make as big a circle as we can. And sometimes our area is not wide enough. But I wanted us to feel the connection between our wings, our arms, and our shoulder, and whether or not it actually is functioning right. Because we actually we can pick up stuff when we do this. You see, we can pick it up and say, like, wow, I haven't done this in a while. And I want you to pull your arm as close to your ear as possible and just stretch. And you're talking about stretching high, reaching high. Okay. Breathe in and reaching high. Breathe in and reaching high. Okay. And your ear is like right next to your arm. If that is difficult for you, that's something to just take some time in the next week or so to just stretch out and, practice a little bit. Now I want you to just bounce the arm back a little bit. My arm hurts already. I'm about to stop this. Bounce it back a little bit. You don't normally do the back energy. We're always like doing stuff like out here, right? But turn your arm around even. You might have to take your other hand and just push it back. You might have to just push it back, you know, and, have it facing both ways. You have it facing outward, as well as inward. And you'll notice that you're really working on something that's right in here with the shoulder and the neck. And that's, whew, goodness. And then you're going to do the same with the other arm. Now, some of you may have used the arm that is your writing hand to start with. That may have been the easier one to raise. Um, but just notice if it was your writing arm that you used to start with. Notice if in fact it was your less dominant hand is what they call it. Okay. So what you're doing is strengthening your wing energy. I'm very much into the wing energy for helping us regain our energetic hand healing frequency. Okay. So again, put it next to your ear. Put your arm next to your ear. Like, notice how that feels, that connection in there. Is it tight? How does it feel? Stretch it, reach, breathe in and reach. Just reach as much as you can. Reach and grab if you like. Reach and grab. Okay. And then press the arm backwards. Like, wow, I never do that with my arm. And this is how we're going to approach all of our problems in life, in fact. We're going to approach them just by doing this kind of thing because the wings of a bird can take care of everything that they got going on. And in Britain, they call women birds. Y'all women just happen to be here. The women come in both they come in both sexes. And it's this wing energy that we have to exercise if we want to be better self-healers. It's this wing energy that's very, very important. And you don't get enough time unless you do a lot of dancing on the weekend. I don't know. But if you don't do enough, I know I don't do enough. I say I'm going to listen to music and they play the oldies on Saturdays and Sundays, and I rarely get to listen to it because I need a different kind of rest right now these days. But this is what we're doing. We're improving the ability of ourselves to reduce burdens from off of our shoulders. That's what we're doing. We're releasing the burdens on our shoulders. We're not shouldering other people's stuff. And that's what we're doing, just releasing it. Get out of here. Or that's it. That's it. I don't know if you saw Daughters of the Dust, but it's like using your arm to just like put something in place. There's a lot of things we do with our arms. In our other self-healing, energy healing tune-ups, we talked about the different things that the hands do. There's like over 60 things that the hands do. Snap. We do all kinds of things with our hands. So as we exercise our capacity to strengthen our wings, we're actually exercising our ability to love ourselves more. We're exercising our ability to take flight when we must. We can aspire to greater things. We can be inspired. We can receive the breath and the energy of our lives and offer peace to it because it offers us peace. We can see the peace and the inspiration in things that don't look like they're inspiring, but don't look like they're supporting us in our aspirations, you see. So that's why we use that word aspire this day. That was our word for the day. And if you were uninspired by this conversation, maybe it'll open up for you at another time. But that was the reason behind it because there's so many words, including spirit, as I mentioned before, that are just so very important to us elevating. So my bottom line is let us conspire to raise our aspiration to fly like birds if we want to. And when I say fly like birds, I mean to be the eagle or the whatever don't get me into the whatever it's called. I don't even know, ornithology, whatever, whatever it is that birds do where they know where the food is and they go right there. These are the kinds of faculties we're striving to increase our capacity to reclaim. Because just as birds know to go south because of the winter, the human being had that kind of relationship with the environment. And as we increase our energetic self-healing, we too can have that kind of relationship with our environment. Okay. So let's see if we can.
May I say something? May I say something?
Of course.
So during the arm movement,
Yeah.
and even before then, I just started yawning. I don't know if you saw me on screen, but I was yawning,
Uh-huh.
yawning, yawning. So I just feel that something was released. I don't know what.
Get it. I get it. I get
Um,
it.
and,
Uh-huh.
and you're talking about aspire. I'm thinking of spiral, how life is a
There
spiral.
you go. I knew somebody
And
had something. There you go. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's it.
The spiral. The spiral is it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And let's see. It looks like there's a message. What about goldenrod oil? It's wonderful. Did you get it? You got my goldenrod oil I sent you, Yvonne? Khadija?
Absolutely, certainly did, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Put it on, put a drop. You were supposed to call me when you got it and we didn't talk. So you were supposed to put a drop on your heart area, and it just has a way of regulating the nervous system. It's very good for circulation.
Okay,
So just one drop. You know Young Living Oils.
just one drop.
Okay, do two drops. I'm not mad at you. Since you know the oils, you're aware of the oils, but I always tell people one if they're not into the oils, but you already have that uh introduction. So yes, you can put one or two drops and anywhere around here. I sometimes get something here that's like a pain. I'm like, what is that? And I had to go to the doctor because my people, they had, I don't know, their genes did something with them and it seemed to be heart disease. We're not taking that on. Whatever. So I make sure I check things out. Yes, Marie, I'm going to share my screen in a minute. Go ahead.
I have another Zoom starts at 7, so I have to go.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well, thank you for being here. We're going to do
Thank you,
our Kun
everybody.
Faya Kun, which you've already experienced. So thank you
Thank you.
for coming.
Bye bye.
All right. See you
Bye-bye,
again
my dear.
soon.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
Peace.
so much for being here.
Oh, thank
Okay. So what we're going to do is this slide, play the slideshow, just show. Okay, here we are. So we're going to do a form of tapping, but it's going to be gentle. It's going to be gentle. Okay. We didn't actually have time to go through a tapping exercise, but that's really okay. It was about the breath, about spire, and about conspiring to improve our energy together. So in this Kun Faya Kun poem, it's like a meditative poem that is for the art system, aromas, Reiki, and tapping. And what we do is we tap the area that's indicated on the right-hand side, if you can see it. Okay. So what we do is you can repeat after me or just listen. I know divine energy heals
You're
parts of me.
breaking up. Is that just me or Yep,
No,
you're
it's here.
breaking up?
I can,
I mean, I don't hear it
can you all hear me?
Now.
now.
Now, but
Now
you were
good.
breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Start it
All
again.
right. All right. So what we're doing is just tapping or pressing the different parts of our top of our body, as indicated on the right-hand side under the words the Healmobile. That's what we're doing. We're saying, I know divine energy can heal parts of me I don't know about. And we're pressing right there. Then we say, for the inner brow, I know vision can heal parts of me I don't know about. Then for the outer eye, we're saying, I know thought can heal the parts of me I don't know about. And then under the eye, I know sight can heal the parts of me I don't know about. And under the nose, I know aromas can heal the parts of me I don't know about. And under the mouth, I know words can heal the parts of me I don't know about. Now we're going to the collarbone. I know sound can heal the parts of me I don't know about. And let's touch our heart now. I know love can heal the parts of me I don't know about. Now for the wrists. I know chi can heal parts of me I don't know about. And finally, the top of the head. I know the one is healing parts of me I don't know about. We say Ashe, Amen,
Sure.
Amin, Alhamdulillah, Hallelujah, and so it is. All right. Okay. So I thank you for coming. I thank you for being here. You blossomed my world, and I really appreciate you. And we'll be doing this again in the morning for those who may be in West Africa or Europe whose timing works better for tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll be doing this again. And so right now, it's a free space. We're concluded and I'm complete. And if you want to share anything or do anything or hang out, I'm open.
Would you put that last page of your slide back?
Let's see if I can. Let's see. You know how that goes. Oh, Lord, it's gone. I closed it down. Let's see. Oh, there.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it now?
No, it's
Uh,
not showing. Share again.
yeah, I got to share it again. It's very strange because it was there, but then there it is. You see it?
Yep.
Y'all have a wonderful night. I have another call as well.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry I
Thank
came in a little late. I think I overslept.
Oh,
Yeah.
But have
yeah.
a wonderful night. Take care.
You too. You too.
You.
All right. So you got it, Sharon?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you. All right.
Good, good, good.
Bye, darling. Carmen and darling Khadija, Yvonne and Sharon, you're visiting. What you gonna do?
I'm
Are,
visiting.
are you 3 hours ahead of me or behind me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
It'd be what, 4 o'clock, 4:06 my time.
Okay. So it's just 7 here. It's all good. So Khadija, do you want to do a separate time to get together about the goldenrod?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I don't really know what to do with it. I mean,
Why are you acting like you don't know those oils? You do.
I know I don't. I don't remember
He
those.
doesn't know that one.
It's been such a
Apparently.
long time, and each oil is for something different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I gotta say it's true.
You know how
Is
many
mornings
years
okay for you?
is what?
Is mornings okay for you?
Sure. And it
I'll call
depends
you
on
one
what's
more.
going on. There's always
Do
a
you have
lot
a
going on, but mornings are usually fine.
do you have a iPhone?
I have a phone here. What do you mean iPhone? Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah,
I'll call you on your FaceTime and
I
we'll
have an
go over how to use
iPhone.
the goldenrod,
And
okay?
what do you mean by mornings?
Oh,
Exactly.
eight-ish, eight-ish, eight.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
That's too early. I call myself really growing up by even doing that.
It's a little on the early
My
side,
mornings start after
but
10,
I
my
can
time.
huh? No, I mean it is well,
No, I just want to know was mornings or late in the day better for you. So 10 or now she's come back. Maybe her other meeting's over. Um,
no, it depends on the day.
Oh, there it is.
You know, like mornings, I have an aide that comes in on Mondays and Wednesdays.
okay.
Those
So
mornings are
maybe around
good.
11-ish is better than for you.
No, when she's here, it's perfect because that means I'll be here. I
Okay.
won't be out.
Okay. All right. I'll call you and we'll set something up.
But I'm usually, yeah, when she's here is a good time
Mhm.
because I'm here
Is it
anyway,
every day that she's here?
Monday and Wednesday only.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow's like a big day, period. I
But
think.
anytime, I
Okay.
answer the
Okay.
phone anytime.
We won't stress it. It's all right. It's all good.
Noble
Yeah.
touch. Oh, that's that guy. I know who that is.
You returned, Marie Louise. What happened?
The meeting's Thursday.
Ah, you're early.
I've done that too. I say
Done
like,
that.
okay, I'm here.
That
Where's
is so
everybody?
funny.
That is funny.
I've done the same thing.
It's very easy to do that. It's very, very easy. There's so much stuff going on
In fact, I think I told my daughter that your meeting was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
easy.
sent her the thing. If she was going to come, she would have come.
Yeah.
She's
But,
really
um,
into this stuff.
oh,
I
she,
like your image behind you. What is that?
Who?
Niamu.
oh, this is interesting. This,
Mhm.
check this out. This is a,
Ooh, nice.
this is a wall hanging that it's covering up my bookcase. My bookcase is on.
Ah, that's
Oh.
nice.
And,
That's really nice.
woman, this is a girl. She doesn't have
Mhm.
clothes on. There's another one down there, and I was told by my friends who are into our Sarah sect society
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
that they're all paying obeisance or saluting
Mhm.
ISIS.
Yes.
So these are other women in her court just saluting her.
Mhm.
So Isis is sitting down.
Yeah, ISIS is sitting down and everybody's walking toward her, and they could actually read all of this.
Yeah, the hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it says, but I thought it was good because what I'm doing now is womb centric work. Everything is about the womb and acknowledging the female. And I never got into the feminism that much. It was womanist with Alice Walker. I never got into the whole feminist thing. But when I look at people having babies and the maternal mortality rate, and that was what my doctorate was about, removing structural racism in maternal mortality for African Americans, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's like, oh, this society is simply not womb centric. Nothing about the West is womb centric. And I noticed they um Bill Gates and them, they don't allow me to put the word as one word. They always want me to have a dash or make two words. I said, no, I want it to be one word, just like I want Heelmobile to be one word. They always want to separate it. But yeah, so this is kind of like a way of my continuing to process the womb-centric piece. Even for people who have not had children, it's really about the fact that you have the capacity to create whatever you want. And so I'm developing different programs for women and womb-centric men, womb-centric visionary men who want to, learn the modalities I teach on the school.com platform, as well as, just get holistic health guidance and, be coached in that manner. So that's what I'm doing, you know?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking it was part of ISIS, and I was wondering if that was Mayat as well.
Yeah, so
But I didn't want to
usually I
assume.
stand right here so that people can't see the naked girl. I usually stand right here. I don't want them to see the naked girl and say, like, why she got that naked little girl over there?
But she's not naked. She's
She's not
got. Oh, is she
naked.
really naked?
No, she has a skirt on, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. You can't really tell until you pointed it out. It looks like a dress at a
It's
distance.
not a dress?
No, her legs are right there.
Oh.
That's not a dress.
Oh, I thought it was like a
It's a
skirt.
girl without hair down there.
What? Oh, I thought it was a skirt.
That's what's so
Like a
funny.
dress.
Yeah.
I did at first glance it looks like a dress.
Maybe that's it. Then people don't even notice it because if I don't show the bottom, they just think that's the way it's fitting
If
her.
you're not seeing the feet, it looks like part of a dress, the way the dress
It
folds,
does, yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't realize that. I was so feeling kind of like, ooh, goodness, what are people gonna say? Ooh. Who's that
Nothing.
naked girl behind?
And if they do, so what?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. It's just I love people reacting in their lives as if something really matters, but none of it does, unless we put some energy behind it so that we can heal ourselves and love ourselves more. That's all that we're here to do. You know that. Nothing else.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you're from the West, this is what I saw is that we have more of a uncomfortable or negative stigmatism towards our body and showing our bodies. Because when I went to Jamaica, it's a totally different thing, right? And in other Caribbean places, and it makes me think of Rihanna and her clothing line, right? Very sensual, showing, but there's a whole different mentality that she comes from compared to us in the West.
Yeah.
But in the East, they cover up and
Hmm?
The East. What about the East? That's where the clothing and the headsets and the robes and all that are prevalent, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I used to say, I used to realize, just came to me in my travels that, oh, this is all about cloth. However much cloth you can put all around you, that's how wealthy you are. Because
Oh, wow.
just seemed like that's really what it is. And then it got more and more elaborate. Next thing you know, you got fashion and you got runways and you know, you got whole industries devoted to cloth. And I did a talk with the Wake Up Everybody community around indigo and how it was one of the early industries in the US, besides sugar and as well in the islands. We're the ones that gave our work, having worked with indigo in Africa. We came here, we were able to grow indigo here. We gave Europe blue. Before that, they did not have a blue that was a fast color. That's why their military started wearing blue. Their you know,
Mm.
royalty started wearing blue because they were the only ones allowed to have this pure indigo that our people from West Africa cultivated in this land. It was one of the early industries of
Wow. Didn't know that.
before cotton. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah. It's a lot of we don't have any sense of history. This country doesn't have any sense of history.
Well, as you said, and as you were explaining around your, what was it, your thesis or whatever,
Yeah.
on systemic
Racism.
whatever, but it's like in this generation with our current administration,
Mhm.
it seems like to me the more they try to erase us
Mhm.
off of anything and everything
Mhm.
is the more, I mean, I've discovered more about our contributions